Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Rayo Vallecano career mode. This is the second episode of this series, and we start today's episode by seeing that Levante have once again rejected our bid for Ivan Lopez. That included Quinny, so because of that I went back to the bid for Quinny, which Mallorca put in the last episode. We initially stalled it as he was part of this deal. We accept that bid and now take Quinny out of this offer and also give Levante a bit more cash, 3.75 million, and we shall wait and see what they say, because I wouldn't mind a new right back. Of course, Rayo Vallecano have a couple here which aren't too bad, but Quinny is the one I'd like to sell, try and bring in a younger and better replacement. And of course, I would not say no to Ivan Lopez, as he's the player we're looking at right now. And as you can see, Quinny does get sold to Mallorca, and Levante accept the bid for Ivan Lopez. So in the end, it works out pretty well. In fact, I think this is better for us, really, selling Quinny for a bit more money and then just paying 250 grand extra for Ivan Lopez. Yes, that does make it better for us. Just realised that in terms of the finances. So yeah, we put in a contract for Ivan Lopez. We'll wait and see what he says, and we shall try and get into the club. And also a big came in for Tono as well. Our goalkeeper here, 35 years old, 75 overall. Espanyol put in a £2.9 million bid. We asked him to match the valuation of Tono, which is £3.2 million, but I wouldn't mind selling him. There's like 5 goalkeepers here at Rayo Vallecano. We don't need them all. This guy's contract's up at the end of the year, and I wouldn't be against selling him, getting him out of the club, and looking to bring in a younger goalkeeper as a replacement. Also a big came in for Mario Gomez here, but not the Mario Gomez you're thinking of. This is the centre back that plays for us, 22 years old. We just accept a straight bid, and we shall hopefully watch him depart the club, as we will not be using him that much, as he's a really low overall. And also the media predicted our finish for this season as well. Now, of course, in the last episode you saw our aims. The board wanted us to finish in mid-table, and of course reached around the 32 stage of the Copa del Rey as well. Of course, we've already done the latter as we enter the 32 stage, around the 32 stage. But for the league, I am targeting a mid-table finish this season, so I'm not surprised to see the media on point with that prediction. But still, following that, as you could see, Ivan Lopez did accept his contract and become our third signing here at Racing Santander, after we made 2 in the last episode in Iosa Perez and George Mera. You can see his stats right here. He's 5'9", 21 years old. He looks pretty decent as a starting right back. I'm not sure whether he'll start or not in this team, because we have someone here already that's better in terms of the overall, but only 21 years old. He's clearly going to have potential for the future. He's got a long throw-in trait as well, which I really like on the fullback, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he'll do, and hopefully he will play quite well for us as he comes in and becomes our third signing. Also, Mario Gomez has indeed left the club. He's been sold for a very low bid, but I'm okay with that. And also Tono does go to Espanyol. They would not meet they would not meet £3.2 million, so he said, okay, fair enough, £2.9 million is totally fine. We'll sell the 35-year-old and now look to bring in a younger goalkeeper as a replacement. And I would not mind this guy coming in, Kepa, who is an Athletic Bilbao goalkeeper on loan at Real Valladolid, but in the game he's a permanent Real Valladolid player, and his contract's up at the end of the year as well. He's very young. He's already 74 overall though. That's just 1 overall lower than Tono, who we just sold, and I would not mind getting this guy as a replacement, as another big came in for one of our other goalkeepers there, Alex Campos, and we shall hopefully see him depart just like Tono. So we put in a bid for Kepa. Real Valladolid wanted £4.6 million after my inquiry, but I don't think we'll have to pay that much due to the fact that he is out of contract come the end of the year. And although we can't sign him in January, some clubs will still accept a low ball offer for their player if their contract is up come the end of the year. So we'll wait and see what they say, and hopefully they will accept our bid. And also a big came in for PT here as well. 34 years old, 73 overall. He's out of contract in the summer. I'm totally fine letting this guy go to Sporting Gijón, even though it's 250 grand, less than his £1 million valuation. I'll take the money and run, because I don't really plan on using this guy, and I'm certainly not going to give him a new contract either. But still, Real Valladolid came back to us regarding Kepa. Once again reiterated they wanted £4.6 million. We up our bid to £2.5 million, and we shall wait and see what they say. We don't really need this guy. We've got Yol, who's currently on loan from Valencia, as you can see. Alex Campos just about to be sold, but also Juan Carlos, 70 overall, and also David Corbeno, who I think has been here at Rayo Vallecano for his entire career, so he's 69 overall. We don't really need to sign Kepa, but of course I still want to buy good young Spanish talents for the future, and he does meet that criteria, so we'll still pursue our interest in him. But if they won't go lower than £4.6 million, we'll just say forget about it and just stick with one of the goalkeepers we currently have. But still, following that bid there, you do see the squad report with Rayo Vallecano as we're about to go into the first game of the season. This is the team we currently have right now. You'll see the side I set up as well in our first 11, and the first 11 I'll most likely run for the majority of this season, and certainly until January at least, if all the players can stay healthy and fit. Now, you look at this side and you must be sitting there thinking, well, you've signed 3 players now, possibly 4 to come very soon. Are you satisfied with the business you've done? You sold a couple of players as well. Well, the truth of the matter is, when you look at this first 11, you may look at it and think to yourself, well, actually, I think it's kind of got a little bit worse since you started this series in the last episode. And the reason you may think that is because of the overalls of the players. You know, the players that have come in and replaced the aging players in the first team. When you look at Yol now being our starting goalkeeper, Ivan Lopez playing right back, Ayoza Perez up top as well, George Mera playing centre back, they may look worse than the players that they've replaced, but they're younger, they're going to have more potential, and of course that's the most important thing you need to remember when you're watching my careers. I don't tend to just splash all of my budget on one superstar player that I hope is going to take us to the next level on his own. I try to build the team up gradually as a unit and try and make the younger players really, really good players in the future. So I'm happy with the changes we've made so far, and coming into our first game as well with Rayo Vallecano of this series, we will take on Valencia here at home, desperate to try and get off to a winning start in La Liga and prove to these sort of sides that we can compete with them in many years to come, and possibly even in the first season as well for a European place. And the first couple of chances fell to us as well. Bangura, who we of course recalled from our loan spell to Stade Reims, he caused some danger down the left hand side for Rayo Vallecano. His first shot was deflected and went into the woodwork, and his second shot was well saved by the goalkeeper, so still 0-0. And another great chance for us here in the 17th minute. Some good football saw Ayoza Perez get on the end of a through ball, but unfortunately our new striker could not find the target as he smashed his shot just wide the post of mine for a goal kick. But a very encouraging start from the home side, but unfortunately for us, 29 minutes in, Valencia would take the lead through Faguli, getting on the end of a drilled Barragan cross and making it Rayo Vallecano 0, Valencia 1. And this was just really typical for me because we'd started this game off so well. We were looking really, really threatening, but one of my biggest problems in FIFA 16 is I don't score enough goals. I create some chances here and there, but I just can't find the back of the net on a regular basis like I did in previous FIFAs gone by. And as you can see, that was my undoing at the start of this game. We'd started off really well, we'd looked a better team, but we trailed through Valencia's first attempt on goal after we had the brightest start. But at half-time, as you could see, it was 1-0 to Valencia, but there were a lot of positives in the first 45 minutes. We got ourselves inside quite a few times, and as you can see by the stats too, we had looked the stronger side despite Valencia having the lead in the first half. So I was still encouraged by our first 45 minutes display, and I knew that going into the second half, if we could carve out a few more chances and take at least one of them, I'm sure we'd look pretty confident of possibly going all the way and turning this game on its head to win the game and make it 2-1 at some stage. In the 55th minute, as you can see, once again we came through, Perez getting some luck and going through one-on-one, but once again Diego Alves made an incredible save and kept it at 1-0. The Brazilian goalkeeper was on fire for Valencia in this game as he still preserved his clean sheet and kept his side in the game. Just past the Almut, there was a good chance for Valencia to double their lead and extend their gap to 2 goals. This shot going just over the bar behind for a goal kick. And in the 65th minute, another good chance for us here as Javi Fuego loses the ball. Pablo Hernandez finds his teammate here, who skips around his man, eventually goes for goal, but once again Diego Alves makes a great save and turns it behind for a corner. So still 1-0 to Valencia, and unfortunately that was how the game would finish as well. Final score, Rayo Vallecano 0, Valencia 1, and on the opening day of the La Liga season, we do taste defeat, and this was not the start we wanted. You know, the dream start would have been a great win against a really strong side, but unfortunately we do slump to a 1-0 defeat, couldn't even get a goal as a consolation. But as you can see, come the end of 90 minutes, you take a look at these stats right here, the reason why we didn't get anything from this game is pretty simple. Diego Alves in goal, who was my man in the match, had an absolute stormer. This was the moment of the match for me. What a save to deny Ayoza Perez from close range, and the goalkeeper got a clean sheet and ensured his side got all 3 points. So final score, Rayo Vallecano 0, Valencia 1, and they claim a big win on match day 1 in La Liga. So despite that disappointing result there, losing the game by a goal to 0, I'm still pretty encouraged by what I saw in 90 minutes. We played quite well, we carved out numerous opportunities, we just didn't take our chances when we got inside, but I'm confident that, you know, it won't be long before we start start scoring goals, that's for sure, and it won't be long before we start picking up wins and points in succession. So I'm not too worried. Valencia are a great side. You know, we were very, very unlucky not to get anything from that game. I thought I controlled the players really well. I felt as though I was comfortable with the side right from the get-go. Always an encouraging sign. So I'm not too worried despite the defeat on the opening day. And also we do end the episode on a positive note as well, because we do manage to make our 4th signing of the series just 2 episodes in. Kepa does come in for £2.5 million on a 5-year deal, 30 grand a week. Real Valladolid accepted that £2.5 million offer. We get the goalkeeper to our club, and I'm really pleased with this signing as well. Already 4 new players to the side: Kepa, Ivan Lopez, Ayoza Perez, and George Mira as well. I'm pretty confident that we could possibly sign one more player before the window slams shut as well, if we do make 1 or 2 more sales from this side, and I'm really excited about the future of Rayo Vallecano as we start to bring in some good young Spanish talent. But that will end the second episode in my La Liga career mode, guys, so a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. Much love to you all, and thank you so much for the support in episode 1 this morning. I'm so glad you guys are excited for this series, just like I am. Please leave a like if you enjoyed today's episode. Have a fantastic evening, and I'll see you for episode number 3 in my Rayo Vallecano career mode very soon.